Hi everyone, I'm Violet Houston, the Student Experience Coordinator for the Faculty of Science, and I am here to talk about my favourite topic, STEM careers. I'm a science graduate myself, and the best part of my job is sharing all of the amazing career opportunities available to science graduates and helping science students to design a rewarding and successful career. The term STEM is a bit of a buzzword these days. It stands for Science, Technology, Engineering and Maths, and it refers to a collection of training and skills that is crucial for the future labour market and the future of humanity as a whole. All of the critical and current issues we are facing as a species require the expertise of STEM professionals to resolve. Public health issues like the spread of infectious diseases, environmental issues like climate change, and technology challenges like cybersecurity. In fact, job opportunities in STEM are growing almost twice as fast as other occupations. But even though a lot of people recognize the importance of STEM in a wider worldview, what is less understood is the link between a science degree and a tangible career path in a variety of industries. So I'm going to address three things today. Firstly, why science graduates are highly valued by employers. Secondly, where a science degree can take you. And finally, why a science degree is the most powerful way to set up a career in any industry. By the end of this talk, you will have an understanding of the sheer versatility and potential of a science degree and recognize that choosing a science degree is one of the best career decisions you'll ever make. There are hundreds of reports on the future of work by many respected organizations, and they highlight the necessity of STEM skills in the future labor market. In fact, the IBA Global Employment Institute acknowledged that creative people skilled in maths and science are best qualified for the new labour market. Why is that? It's not only because of the technical skills science students learn. Technical skills are those that are specific to an area of expertise, like ecology students learning how to do an environmental impact assessment, or medical science students learning how to set up a PCR experiment and make copies of DNA samples. But the real reason why science graduates are so highly valued is because of the way scientists are trained and the transferable skills they develop as a consequence of that scientific training. Things like complex problem solving, rational decision making, critical and analytical thinking. Science students, no matter what major they do, are trained to take an active role in learning and problem solving. They're trained to take a problem, to critically review it, create novel solutions, and use the technology available to test their ideas. And not only that, they're able to interpret large quantities of data and come up with a viable solution. This ability is priceless and highly sought after by employers in every industry, and not every degree trains their students in this way. So what makes science graduates valuable to employers is the combination of technical and transferable skills. And to drive this point home, here are the top 10 skills wanted by employers. This comes from a multi-industry worldwide survey of employers conducted by the World Economic Forum. And you'll see that scientific training hones the majority of these most wanted skills: analytical thinking, active learning, reasoning, complex problem solving, critical thinking, and creativity. And it's this training that means a science degree can take you anywhere. A science degree not only trains you to be a scientist, it trains you to be an ideal employee in any industry setting, whether that's within STEM or beyond. And it's this potential of a science degree that leads to a myriad of career paths. When people think about careers in science, most people think of traditional research and development, like UNSW physics professor and 2018 Australian of the Year Michelle Simmons, who is pioneering advances in quantum computing and is a global leader in the race to develop the world's first silicon-based quantum computer. Or Professor Emma Johnston, the current Dean of UNSW Science, who is a leader in the field of marine ecology and studies the impacts of human activities in marine ecosystems, from Antarctica all the way up to the Great Barrier Reef. Research is a common career path for our graduates, but there are also hundreds of other science career paths. I'm going to give you a very quick snapshot of where a science degree can take you, and to help us organize this incredible diversity of examples, I'll talk about them in 4 categories: traditional scientists and researchers, scientific advisors and consultants, science communicators, and beyond STEM. We have graduates from all science majors going down the traditional science career path, moving on to a PhD, then working as researchers in universities or public research institutions like the CSIRO or the Victor Chang Cardiac Research Institute. We also have chemistry, neuroscience, and marine science alumni working in government organisations like Sydney Water and ANSTO, Australia's nuclear science and technology organisation. We have biotechnology and medical science graduates working in private industry, in medical or pharmaceutical companies, and we even have alumni who have started their own biotechnology companies. Moving away from this traditional path, we have scientific advisors and consultants who provide their expertise in their specialised area. We have biotech and medical science alumni working in medical sales, specialising in research equipment, medical devices, or pharmaceuticals. We have biology and environmental science graduates working as environmental consultants for mining companies and engineering firms, and as advisors in government departments like the New South Wales Department of Planning, Industry and Environment. We have psychology graduates working as organisational psychologists and human capital managers at global firms like CBA and Deloitte. We also have maths, statistics, physics and data science alumni working as risk advisors, data analysts and data consultants at other big names like Westpac, Macquarie Group, Quantium and Google. Another common area our alumni have gone into is science communication. We've had biology and medical science graduates working as science communicators for the ABC, Sydney Morning Herald, the Powerhouse Museum and Taronga Zoo. Graduates from a variety of majors work as science writers and medical writers. One of our graduates is a science journalist for the international science journal Nature. Many of our graduates also work in STEM outreach, community engagement, and informal education. And this doesn't just include teaching, but new emerging careers as educational designers and educational technologists. But one of the most exciting things about a science degree is that it can also lead you into careers beyond STEM, including management consulting and senior leadership roles. I've already mentioned that our maths, physics, and data science graduates often find work in banking and financial services, but something you might not know is that we also have biotechnology and medical science graduates in insurance and investment banking. This sounds completely unrelated, but it's actually more related than you think. When investigating workers' health compensation claims, it's an advantage to have a medical background. Likewise, when companies make important investment decisions in medtech startups, renewable energy, or biotechnology sectors, you need people who have a solid background in science. So even the most distant career paths to a traditional scientist require science graduates. So how do science graduates gain jobs in fields that require new skills on top of their science training? Well, most large companies and government organizations have graduate programs that specifically recruit recent graduates, and they accept science graduates for non-STEM career paths. And these graduate roles may leverage the technical expertise from a student's major of study, like investment banking with a focus on the biotech industry, or they leverage those valuable transferable skills for jobs in new fields. We have a biotechnology graduate who is now a strategic management consultant, something you would expect a business graduate to do. We have a physics graduate who is an analytics and AI consultant, something you would expect a software engineering graduate would do. And these students were straight out of undergraduate uni. They didn't do any additional degrees in business or engineering. They were trained up for these roles. And if you think it's rather far-fetched to claim that science leads to senior leadership roles, the Apollo Communications Top 50 CEO report shows that science creates more CEOs than any other discipline. And UNSW has educated more CEOs than any other education provider in Australia. Wow. So I hope that I have convinced you that science can take you anywhere. The career opportunities for science graduates are far more flexible than you think. A science degree will not restrict you to one career as a geneticist, ecologist, or chemist. It's a powerful platform to launch a successful career in many industries. And that leads me to a very common question at open days. A lot of students and parents want to know the career outlook for a specific major or degree and compare them and make their choice based on the job outlook. But the truth of the matter is, you can't accurately do that for science majors or degrees. It's not possible. Unlike other degrees where you are training for a single specific profession or industry, in science, no matter what major you study, you are training for multiple professions in multiple industries. You may be able to look up the job prospects for the biotechnology industry, for example, but that's not the same as the job prospects for a biotechnology graduate who has the skills to go into multiple industries. And in a time where graduate jobs are increasingly competitive and the labor market is highly unpredictable, it's that versatility and wide applicability of scientific training that makes science graduates adaptable to whatever the labor market or global economy throws at them when they graduate. A science degree will future-proof your career prospects and keep the door open to many, many career paths. So how can we at UNSW Science help launch your career? We understand that career exploration can be really daunting for students interested in science because there are so many options available to them. The good news is that we have a STEM careers platform where you can explore common career paths for science graduates. You can see testimonials from past students and take a fun quiz that will match your personality and interests with relevant careers for science graduates. Head over there now to complete the quiz. And if you decide to come to UNSW, we'll be super excited to have you, and we can help you get work experience before you graduate, whether that's in industry or research. We've had students intern at all of these incredible organizations getting industry experience while they study. We also partner students with our top researchers, providing research experience in the lab and the field. These are just a sample of the researchers that students have interned with over the past few years. So that's all we have time for today. From all of us at UNSW Sydney, we wish you good luck with your exciting career in STEM.